Hello there. This is a slideshow for parents and students to get more in-depth information about the ensembles and the music offerings that we have at Central Middle School. It's going to provide a little bit more detail than some of the other promotional materials, and we're hoping that it answers all of your questions. We're really excited to get as many students involved as possible. We know as directors, because we look at the data, that students that get involved continue and have a good time and find success. So getting involved is key here at CMS. Why do music ensembles at all? Well, these are optional, of course. They're co-curricular and they're student activities offerings, and most kids do them to develop their skills, to play different styles of music, advance their playing more difficult music, and getting extra help and experience. There's a variety of reasons. You get to work with different teachers other than the teacher that you have for class. You can make new friends, play with older and younger kids, meet high schoolers, meet clinicians, and play extra concerts, sometimes travel and go on field trips. It's just really a lot of fun. So a lot of kids sign up for more than one, and we hope you do too. The next slide shows some of the offerings that we have here. Brass, woodwind, percussion, and drumline, and possibly beginner band this year. We're working on some ideas. These are groups that are kind of designed to give direct instruction on your type of instrument. So, for example, in woodwinds, these will focus more on the skills needed for those instruments and give a little bit more individualized help than what you might receive in one of the large groups. At the bottom, we've got a list of the large groups. Our jazz band and the corresponding smaller jazz combo, that's usually 8th graders. As one of the large groups. Jazz band goes all year long. It's fantastic. Pep Band is a band that plays at different sporting events. Symphonic Travel Band will go to Chicago and Madison every other year. We'll talk more about that in a bit. And then the 6th grade honor band. We also have chamber orchestra, central singers, the spring musical pit orchestra, which is fantastic to direct, and the guitar club and variety show. These are some of the things that I'll go over here. So just to kind of separate things out by some categories, we've got some things that go full year, and that's jazz band, drumline, jazz combo, chamber orchestra, and central singers. And you can see the days that those meet there. Many of them are for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Some are 8th only, some are 7, 8 only, and that's all by design. In the fall, we've got some other things that are starting besides those at the top there. We've got brass, percussion, woodwind, and pep band. So if you kind of map out your week and decide which ones you might want to join, we'll go over the rest of them in a little bit here too. In the winter, we kind of put a pause on brass, percussion, woodwind, and pep band so that we can go all in on these other two, Symphonic Travel Band and 6th grade honor band. Those will meet 2 days a week. Mondays and Thursdays. And then in the spring, the brass and the woodwinds and percussion start back up. There's more detailed schedules found on Google Calendar or linked in your handbook, or the director will have a schedule in mind for you if you check with them. How does it work? A lot of details. In addition to regular music classes, so this is not expected from everyone, but we have, most kids participate in something, at least half of our kids. There are no auditions in any of our groups, so if you sign up, you're in. We'll work with you to make improvements so that you can feel comfortable in the group and perform at a high level. Rehearsals are typically before school, although a couple things are after school, as you'll see later. Registrations for each are $20, and scholarships are available. You can go online to My Payments Plus and make your payment, and that's the way you sign up. Then you're on our roster, and you get our Schoology courses sent to you and all the music and everything. So carpools are really smart. It's a great way to offer the people around you in your neighborhood a ride once in a while. So we'll try to help with that. If you ever need a ride, we'll try to help you out. We do not want people to say they couldn't do an ensemble because of transportation or money. So let us help you. Just reach out, send us an email. Drop off is at 8:15 at the front of the school. Students will just walk around to the side of the building here and come in door 6, which is right between the band room and the orchestra room, Pack 1 and Pack 2, at the end of the music hallway. Students probably know where that is, but you just walk around the sidewalk to the left, And we'll keep our backpacks here while we rehearse. And then after we're done, it's off to advisor. Kids usually do at least one, sometimes more. Some kids pack their week and fill it up with 4 days a week, and some after school stuff too. It's an opportunity to play a second instrument. So if you are new at a second instrument, or maybe you also play piano or bass or something that's not included in one of our class offerings, this is a great chance for you to do that. If the activity is after school, there'll be an activity bus available at the end of the session. And each group will do various concerts or projects throughout the year. Some groups will travel and do field trips, Mall of America, going to St. Paul, Chicago, Madison, Eau Claire. It just depends on the year. We're still in planning stages for all of that stuff. And first few musicians are strongly encouraged to join percussion ensemble, brass, and woodwind. So if you're interested in starting a band instrument or trying a different band instrument, those are the ones that will more easily help you out. For example, it's probably not a great idea to start jazz band on a new instrument. So we've kind of designed those that way to be available to you. All right, let's get into some of the details. I'm going to go through as many as I can here. Central Singers is a vocal group looking for students that want to sing more. It's directed by Miss Roanne, and it's open to all students, really, at our school. So if you are a band student or an orchestra student and you're also interested in singing, this is a great option for you. You can stay in your music class and then enjoy singing in Central Singers. They put on concerts at the fall and spring ensemble showcase concerts that we have coming up. And they might add some of their own field trips and concerts as well. And they meet Tuesdays at 8:20 in the morning. Variety show is also put on by Miss Roanne. Shows are February 24th. We're looking for anybody who's got a unique skill: beatboxing, juggling, unicycling, whistling, playing in a rock band, heavy metal band, guitar soloist, rapper, piano player, solos, duets, trios, quartets, gymnasts, dance lines, poets, step teams, magicians, parkour enthusiasts, plate spinner. We've had a lot of these groups in the past, everything from color guard to dramatic speaking, breakdancing, DJing, and then groups can perform. The Drumline, Prairie School of Dance, Dance Arts Center, Central Singers, Church Band, whatever you can come up with. It's a variety show, so check that out. There'll be more advertisements about that coming down the line. Chamber Orchestra meets Thursday mornings with Mr. Stolberg. Same concerts for them. Woodwind Ensemble featuring flute, oboe, clarinet, bass clarinet, alto, tenor, and bass saxophones. Basically the woodwind section of the band. And they are, as I said before, fall and spring sessions. Directed by Miss Sommerfeld. And this is a great one for if you're preparing to be in the travel band. And I'll mention that a little bit later. We may run into a waiting list situation because travel bands sometimes is pretty popular, and we are limited by buses, by how many buses we take and by the cost of the trip. So we have to plan around that. And if we do have to have a waiting list, we would probably take students first that have been already coming in the morning and already involved in woodwind, brass, or percussion ensemble. So if you want to do travel band and guarantee your spot, then I would look to woodwind, brass, and percussion ensemble. Brass ensemble is featuring the brass section, trumpets, French horns, trombones, baritones, and tubas. And that's also directed by Miss Sommerfeld. Mondays, a great preparation for travel band. Percussion ensemble, very similar. It's featuring snare drums, all kinds of drums, drum set, mallets, timpani, West African drumming, Japanese taiko drumming. Lots of different opportunities there. Fall and spring session, I direct that one. And it's also great preparation. Drumline features the marching percussion section. Snares, quads, bass drums, cymbals, and mallets. And there's the details for that. We perform a few times as well. Lots of fun there. Great for percussionists who just love drumming. Pep Band features all the band instruments, and this is a band that performs at sporting events, football games, basketball, hockey. We do a tour of the elementary schools. Typically, we go play before the Timberwolves game, usually each year. We do some school assemblies, and that's Thursday mornings. That's a large group, typically 40 to 60 people. Jazz band is a very interesting and unique group that meets all year, featuring some other instruments: piano, guitar, and bass, and drum set. So if you play those instruments, you can join the rest of us on our saxophones, trumpets, and trombones. We'll also take baritone, and that is directed by myself, Mr. Anderson, and Mr. Moore. We've got several concerts there A couple of those are with the high school. We do a lot with the high school, and we'll see if we can expand that performance schedule because that goes all year. Lots of fun. Then we get to travel symphonic band here. This year we're going to Wisconsin Dells and Madison. We'll try to keep this short because there's lots of information that you can scan on the next slide. Next year we go to Chicago. We take tons of kids with. We rehearse twice a week, and then we get on a coach bus with Wi-Fi and outlets and go do some things out in Madison. We're going to see a symphony orchestra concert. We'll work with Sun Prairie Middle School. We'll take a tour of UW-Madison, which is really great to see a college at such a young age. Talk to the music professors there. We'll perform at the Madison Capitol Rotunda. We usually have pizza parties, and then we're off to a water park for pizza and water slides and lazy rivers and arcades and all the fun stuff, escape rooms and movie theaters. So like I mentioned before, priority is going to go to students participating in another ensemble already. They're already going to be used to getting up in the morning, practicing a little bit extra, and the whole process of participating in a group like that. If you are interested in that group, please scan this QR code. It will take you to another slideshow with much more detail. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about cost and the dates and all that. So this is a little save the date card that we have. So scan that and check that out for more information. We also have Guitar Club. Guitars and ukuleles and basses. It's a great place to meet each other and connect and maybe start your own band. We have a couple sessions of that, and we'll likely take a tour of Paisley Park or go to Guitar Center. And that one's after school, 4:15 to 5:15. So another way to look at this, if you're kind of looking at your own instrument needs and figuring out what groups are available, you can see by instrument here what is possible for you. For example, if you play tuba at the bottom there, you can go to brass ensemble, pep band, travel band, or jazz band. So it kind of shows what different things you can be involved in as a string player, as an upright bass player, a singer, a piano player, all sorts of different things. And so make sure you check out that right there. And then finally, we've got CMS Music Ensembles. Rehearsals begin the week of the 26th in the band room in the morning. That's next week for us. So get signed up through student activities, and we'll get you involved as quick as we can. We hope that you can join us. So this is a picture of the travel band at the Madison Rotunda a couple years ago. And then finally, here's how you can sign up. Scan this QR code for more information, or scan this other QR code just to register right away. And there you go. Get signed up. We hope to see you there. We're all getting ready for all of these ensembles to start, and we can't wait. If you have any questions, please email your music class teacher, and we'll get you as much information as we can. Thank you very much for listening.